You guys do know what they say when it gets cold out, right? Like in the negatives, 10s, 20s. Don't go to work. Hey, I'll give you an update of today. This is the 9th of February. 9th of February, 9. Look what just rolled in, a 1270G, and she's like a turd. Froze up, derating. I think the urea tank or the def tank is. Oh, and look at another 440. Oh, cold weather is a parts maker, parts man, mechanics just makes just. Well, I don't know if he just makes or not, but I'm just gonna do a quick update because we found something wrong with the kitty cat. We found her problem, hey, with the. If you remember yesterday or whenever I put that other video up, she lost her hydraulics. I told the guys to go up north and they did a little dance to the sky and then the hydraulics worked. Well, let me tell you a little story. What happened, and this is reminiscent of the old Fabtex, which this is with a cat disguise on it. Even that engine's a Perkins. Well, Cat's used them for years. Um, Number one, she won't throw any heat, so we think thermostat's bad. But number two, when that happened to the boom and the steering function, years ago, I cut my teeth, as you will, on a Fabtek 646s, and they would have issues with the debris would get into the LS line, the load sense line, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, and it would get into the pump, into the mechanism, the mechanical part that strokes the pump. Strokes the pump. Um, I'm sure a lot of guys are used to that, stroking the pump. I mean, anyway, so it would, then you'd have to take the pump apart. The nice little doodad over there on the, hey, right on, block of wood. Way over yonder, hitherto, is the pump. Way over there, there's a little block that you'd have to take off and whatnot. So, and clean it out. And then there's also an orifice up in the valve bank. So, what I said to my man Kyle today, I said, hey man Kyle, let's take the filter cover and the fill cover off the tank because years ago, excuse me again, I just ate some cashews, and years ago we would have cracks inside of these tanks, and I remember because I went out and cleaned that valve like 20 times for one machine, and finally we just got frustrated and started ripping everything apart. And let me show you. Maybe you can see, maybe you can't. There you go. I don't know if you guys can see that down in there, but that baffle is cracked. Both sides, he said. Now, I can't get up high enough because I'm too short. And you got a screen down there to suck it up, suck the oil into the pump. And you got an immersion heater to heat your oil. And you got debris in there. Look at the debris. So, if you're following me, and I hope you are, if you're following me, what happens is, and here's the other telltale of this thing. So any of you guys with Fabtex and, oops, watch what you're doing there. Any of you guys with Fabtex, I'm a movie star, in this vintage, what was happening is the major oil leak too. So the pressurized return, it's only like 10 psi or 15 psi coming through that there filter there, through the bypass. It was pushing that pressure through here, and it was bubbling out. Well, they had a little overfull, but it was bubbling right out the filler neck of the clean oil. You follow what I'm saying? So we got to take this tank out of here, and Mike's got to reach in one hole and then look through the other one, or whatever I got to do. Or Kyle or whatever, and we're gonna weld that up. Maybe even reinforce it. And I'm guessing I don't know if it's design or just age. This machine's like an '08, and I think it's just oil can effect. Hot oil, cold oil, blah, blah, blah. Boom, 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 boom. And she just fatigues and she cracked right down the middle of the weld. So that's that story. And I'm sticking to it. So hopefully you guys learned something by this. I'm getting back into this learning stuff. And then we'll show you more in the days to come. Okay? You just stick with me and we'll show you more. All right. Hasta la Vega. Or Umbala. Or see you later. Bye. See you. Bye.